Hello everyone. Welcome back, I'm so glad you're here. The lights inside the massive Las Vegas stadium were already shaking before the music even started. Thousands of voices merged together into one endless roar, glowing purple oceans of light moving like waves under the dark ceiling while cameras trembled in excited hands. Nobody truly knew what was about to happen that night, but everyone could feel something unusual in the air. The energy was different from the very beginning. Even before the members appeared, fans were screaming with a kind of desperation that only happens when people know they are about to witness a memory they will never forget for the rest of their lives. Every scream flashed across the arena, every heartbeat inside the crowd sinking together while anticipation grew heavier and heavier by the second. Then suddenly the stage exploded into light, and the entire stadium lost control. The sound was deafening as the members of BTS emerged through the smoke like shadows turning into legends. The reaction from the crowd was immediate chaos. People cried before the first lyric even began. Some fans covered their mouths in disbelief while others screamed so loudly their voices cracked instantly. Las Vegas had already seen enormous concerts before, but this felt different. This felt personal. Every member carried a different energy that night, almost like they understood exactly how much this concert meant to everyone watching. Their movements were sharp but emotional, confident but strangely sentimental at the same time. Even through Fancam recordings and shaky livestream clips, people around the world could feel the electricity running through that stadium. As the concert continued, the atmosphere only became more intense. The crowd sang every lyric so loudly that sometimes the members stopped singing just to listen. Purple lights stretched endlessly into the distance while giant screens reflected emotional close-ups that made fans feel connected even from the highest seats. Jungkook's expressions carried a playful energy that kept surprising everyone, constantly teasing the audience with little smiles that looked almost dangerous under the stage lights. Taehyung looked calm at first, but every glance toward the crowd carried hidden emotion behind it, like he was quietly absorbing every moment. Jimin moved across the stage with elegance that looked unreal in real time, his voice sounding soft and emotional before suddenly becoming powerful enough to shake the entire arena. Namjoon stood like the anchor holding everything together, speaking to the crowd with warmth that felt comforting even through distorted Fancam audio. Yoongi's energy was colder, sharper, but somehow deeply emotional underneath, especially whenever the crowd screamed his name and he tried to hide his smile. Hoseok burned with unstoppable stage presence, commanding every corner of the stadium with pure confidence while Jin balanced the atmosphere with humor and softness that made the entire arena feel human again. But nobody expected what would happen later. As the concert moved deeper into the night, fans noticed strange hints between the members. Little glances, hidden smiles, whispered conversations caught briefly on cameras before the members pulled away laughing. Something was being planned. The audience could feel it growing in the air like tension before a storm. Even online viewers watching through live fancams began spamming comments in panic, wondering if a surprise stage was coming. The screams became louder every time the stage darkened because nobody knew what would happen next. Then suddenly the opening beat hit. The reaction inside the stadium became absolute insanity. The moment fans realized the surprise song was Go Go, the entire arena exploded into chaos so loud it nearly drowned out the music itself. People jumped from their seats instantly, shaking cameras so violently that livestreams blurred into flashing lights and screaming faces. Nobody expected this song to appear that night, especially not with the kind of playful chaotic energy BTS brought onto the stage. The members themselves looked like they were barely holding back laughter as they performed, feeding off the audience reaction with uncontrollable excitement. Jungkook immediately started running across the stage with mischievous energy, pointing toward sections of screaming fans while dancing with exaggerated confidence that sent the crowd into hysterics. Taehyung's facial expressions became dangerously playful, every smirk causing thousands of fans to completely lose composure. Jimin couldn't stop laughing during parts of the performance because the members themselves seemed overwhelmed by the crowd's reaction. Hoseok transformed the stage into pure chaos with explosive dancing that made everyone scream even louder, while Jin intentionally acted dramatic just to make the others laugh. Namjoon tried maintaining composure but eventually gave in, smiling so widely that fans instantly began crying just from seeing him genuinely happy. Yoongi looked like he was pretending to stay calm, but the small smile he kept hiding made fans emotional all over again. What made the moment unforgettable was not just the song itself. It was the feeling. Go carried a completely different atmosphere compared to the emotional intensity of other stages. Suddenly the stadium felt free. It felt like 7 friends playing together on stage instead of global superstars carrying enormous pressure on their shoulders. Fans watching the fancams later kept replaying the performance because every second felt alive and unpredictable. No one knew where to look because something memorable was happening everywhere at once. One member laughing in the corner. Another teasing the audience. Someone dancing incorrectly on purpose just to make the others break character. It became one of those rare concert moments where perfection stopped mattering because emotion completely took over. The crowd's singing during the chorus became so loud that even the members looked shocked. Thousands and thousands of voices screamed the lyrics together while purple lights bounced wildly across the stadium. Some fans were crying while dancing at the same time because the happiness of the moment felt overwhelming. Even through shaky phone recordings, you could hear people gasping in disbelief, repeating that they could not believe this was actually happening live. Then came one of the most talked about moments of the entire night. During the performance, the members started interacting with each other in ways that made the crowd completely lose control. Jungkook teasing Taehyung with playful gestures. Jimin collapsing into laughter after nearly missing choreography because he was too busy reacting to the others. Hoseok hyping up the audience until the screams became physically painful. Jin dramatically singing toward random cameras while fans nearly fainted. Namjoon looking around the stadium with visible disbelief at the energy inside the venue. Yoongi casually dropping expressions that instantly became viral clips online within minutes. The chemistry between them felt raw and real. Nothing looked forced. Nothing felt rehearsed emotionally. It looked like 7 people genuinely enjoying a moment together after carrying years of pressure, fame, expectations, and emotional exhaustion. Fans watching could feel that hidden layer underneath the laughter. That was why the performance hit so deeply. Behind all the chaos and screaming, there was something emotional quietly living underneath the surface. Las Vegas itself seemed transformed by the concert. Outside the venue, entire streets glowed purple from fans gathering together before and after the show. Hotels, cafes, giant billboards, and even random corners of the city became filled with armies sharing stories, trading photocards, replaying fancams, and talking emotionally about what they had just witnessed. Some fans cried walking back to their hotels because the concert felt too beautiful to process immediately. Others stayed awake all night rewatching clips online, desperate to relive the atmosphere again before reality returned. Social media exploded within minutes. Clips from the Go surprise performance spread everywhere almost instantly. Fans around the world who couldn't attend began watching every fancam available, trying to piece together the full experience through different angles and reactions. Some videos focused on Jungkook's energy. Others captured Taehyung's expressions or Jimin laughing uncontrollably during certain moments. Every fancam carried a different emotional perspective, making the concert feel alive from every angle. Even people who were not physically inside the stadium began feeling emotionally connected to the night because the energy transferred through the screen so powerfully. One of the reasons the performance became unforgettable was because it reminded people why BTS concerts feel different from ordinary performances. It is not only about choreography or vocals or production value. It is about emotional connection. The members constantly create moments that feel spontaneous and human even inside massive stadiums filled with tens of thousands of people. Fans do not just watch them perform. They experience emotions with them in real time. As the concert continued after the surprise stage, the emotional atmosphere shifted again. The members became softer during talking segments, their voices calmer after the explosive energy of Go. You could hear exhaustion mixed with happiness underneath their laughter. They looked around the stadium carefully, almost trying to memorize the sight of fans screaming their names beneath endless purple lights. Some moments felt strangely bittersweet despite all the excitement, as if everyone understood how precious these nights truly are. When Namjoon spoke to the audience, the stadium became quieter. Even through fancams, you could hear the sincerity in his voice. He spoke with warmth that made fans emotional instantly, reminding everyone how deeply BTS values these moments together. The members listened to each other carefully during speeches, smiling softly while fans screamed supportive messages from every direction. Those quieter moments somehow became just as powerful as the loud performances because they revealed the emotional reality behind the concert spectacle. Jin's humor kept breaking emotional tension whenever things became too serious, making both members and fans laugh again. Hoseok constantly energized the crowd even during breaks, refusing to let the atmosphere fall. Taehyung looked unusually thoughtful during several moments, staring into the audience with expressions fans would later analyze endlessly online. Jungkook's endless energy somehow continued despite the intense performances, though brief moments captured on fancams showed him quietly catching his breath when cameras moved away. Yoongi remained calm but deeply observant, occasionally smiling at the crowd in ways that felt small but incredibly meaningful to fans. Jimin balanced everything emotionally, shifting naturally between playful chaos and vulnerable sincerity within seconds. By the time the concert neared its ending moments, emotions inside the stadium became almost unbearable. Fans screamed louder because nobody wanted the night to end. The members themselves looked emotional too, constantly turning toward the crowd as if trying to absorb every final second. The purple ocean of light became hypnotic beneath the dark Las Vegas sky visible through parts of the stadium structure. It looked less like a concert and more like a living memory being created in real time. Even after the final bows, nobody wanted to leave. Fans remained standing, crying, hugging each other, replaying moments immediately on their phones while the members slowly disappeared backstage. The emotional high of the night stayed trapped inside everyone's chest long after the music stopped. Outside the venue, people continued singing BTS songs together while waiting for rides or walking through the glowing streets of Las Vegas. Some fans looked emotionally exhausted, others completely euphoric, but almost everyone shared the same expression of disbelief. Because deep down, everyone knew they had witnessed something unforgettable. Not just another concert, not just another performance, but one of those rare nights where music, emotion, friendship, chaos, laughter, nostalgia, and love all collided together under one roof, creating memories powerful enough to stay alive forever through shaky fancams, screaming livestreams, and the hearts of millions of fans who would continue replaying those moments long after the lights of Las Vegas faded into silence.